Hello there. Welcome to Fridays with Tab and Chance. I am Tabitha Brown. This is my husband.
I'm Chance. What's up?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Bring the beat in. Fridays with Tab and Chance. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Fridays with Tab and Chance. You didn't want it? Babe.
All right, let's get on this subject today.
Somebody in a rush today. You trying to rush me, babe? We got time. Time on my hand. Since you've been away, boy, I ain't got no feelings.
Tab.
Oh.
Hey, well, what we say we was talking about? What we talking about today?
Today we talking about mentorship.
The need.
Is it a need to have a mentor? Is it necessary to have mentors in relationships, in friendships, in business, in childhood? Is a mentor necessary? And if it is, what do we look for in mentors? And how do we mentor if we believe in it?
It depends.
Well, go ahead, brother man, with your purple on.
It depends how you define the word mentorship, and it depends on the topic, in my opinion. If you define mentorship by directly coming to someone as it pertains to marriage and asking them what you should do in your marriage, I'm not in agreement with mentoring, because I think that's the beauty of marriage. You can find someone, and if some of you look at us that don't know us personally and you say, hey, they are somewhat of mentors to us indirectly, that's something different. But I'm a firm believer that you should not be asking others what you should do in your personal relationship if you're trying to have a successful relationship. If we're talking...
Not necessarily what you should do,
but
like just a little bit of advice, though.
Yeah,
yes.
But no, if you can look at things like with an open mind, like when you look at us and you say, I just want to get another person's opinion on it, doesn't mean that I have to be in agreement with Tab and Chance and that we need to do it like Tab and Chance.
Yes.
And you can look at it and view it that way, then I feel like that's a healthy way to do it.
Right. You're just saying like...
You don't want to look at another person's marriage and try and imitate it.
Got it.
And look for them and say, well, they do this and it's healthy for them, because as people, we're different.
Right. And our circumstances.
Our lifestyles, there's so many moving pieces. So
that right there is a great way to mentor somebody, what you just said.
Yeah, indirectly, right? So you're saying what I'm saying, but that's what I would offer, because I don't like to give advice as it pertains to marriage. When you usually ask me, I'm like, hey, don't ask other people for advice about your marriage. You know what I mean? Just, find people that have a successful marriage and look at it at face value. You know what I mean? Like, don't try and imitate it. Don't try to do what they do. Consider who you are.
Well, I think that's why it's important to get advice from them instead of just assuming how it looks and trying to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think
now, as it pertains to let me finish it.
Okay.
So marriage and business, right? Relationships are significantly different from a business. If I come to you for real estate advice and I'm saying, hey, how should I buy this property? Right? I'm asking you specifically how to buy a piece of property. The property is the property. The price. I can come at it with this price. You can't be so defined when you're talking about marriage and how should I handle the situation with marriage. So I would say, yeah, get you a mentor as it pertains to business and that type of thing, because business can be a little bit more straightforward. You know, there are moving pieces in business. You need to be able to be business savvy, but it's not a marriage. It's not a marriage by no means. And probably another one, nah, I'm gonna stay away from that one. I was gonna say as it pertains to religion, do you need a mentor?
Well, I think that's what people think pastors are, or what they should be.
I'm gonna stay off of that one.
But
I'm gonna stay off of that one.
well, can't nobody develop your relationship with God but you.
Okay, well you can go. You can pick up on that one. You seem like you feeling froggy on that one. Go for it.
No, I'm just saying. I believe, there are some amazing pastors in the world who, as they say, take care of the sheep, right? Who lead. But I think we have to know that there ain't a pastor anywhere that can develop your personal relationship with God. Mm-hmm. That is a you journey. And, sometimes people will think, if I go to church every Sunday, it makes me a believer. It makes me closer to God. It makes me better because I'm at church every Sunday. I just read this the other day. I forgot who said this quote, but it was so perfect. They said, listen, you could spend 100 years inside of a garage, but it don't make you a car. Right? You can go to church every Sunday. It don't make you saved. It don't make you a believer. Right? So, only person that can...
That's what I was trying to tell you when we was younger and you would just try to make me go to church. I remember, dog. I used to be like, man, I don't even want to go. So really, if God know I don't want to be in there, really why you? Really? You remember we used to argue like that? Must be like, man, I don't want to go.
You wanted to go to church. You didn't want to go to my grandma's house after church.
I didn't want to go to. Listen, I like church.
You were like, man, we're going to be down there all day. Man, I got stuff I want to do.
Man, y'all made it an event.
It was. It was like a family reunion every Sunday.
No, it was no family reunion. It was people sleep and you just wasting the day around.
We eat.
Hey,
we fellowship together as a family.
Man.
That's how the family unit stays strong.
Okay.
That's how it used to be.
God knew my heart. I'm sitting there like, well, if he know I don't want to be here, then he know. Then.
But that won't. You said, especially when we started going to Building Lives with Pastor Barlow, you enjoyed church.
Oh yeah, that was.
When we went from Mount Hermon to when we changed churches.
Yeah, I was more excited about it with Pastor Barlow because he was more about. It was more educational,
right,
than performance. But moving on, mentoring as it pertains. The other part about.
Don't do that, babe. Don't do that.
What? I'm just saying.
So anyway. For religion, mentorship, you can have a mentor if your goal is to study religion, right?
Yeah.
You can be mentored.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're seeking your relationship with God, only you can really, your faith, can't nobody make you have faith. Can't nobody give you a relationship with God. Only you can do that, right? So that's
and it's got to be a genuine desire.
It has to be and I think that most people, when you have a desire, a lot of people don't. So I'll say this: let Tab be your mentor in this moment. And I just had this conversation the other day with a friend. Some people feel like they can't even go to God because they're not worthy, or because they've never prayed. They didn't grow up knowing who God was. And the great thing about Him is, son, He take you exactly as you are. At any time, you can go to Him. And how I'm talking to you right now is the same way you can talk to Him. He is your friend, your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, your everything that you need, and you can go to Him just as you are. right? To develop your friendship, your relationship, your love. That's a moment that I can give you for mentorship.
You just
Okay.
made me, I gotta ask you a question. Should fear be a motivation for a relationship with God?
What do you mean? What kind of fear?
To go to hell?
Absolutely.
I've always had problem with that.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never liked when they put a strong emphasis on if you don't, or when you hear people saying if you don't do this, you risk going to hell.
oh well, no,
As a motivator to get people
I
in
thought
the
you meant
church.
I thought you meant a personal fear. Oh no, I don't agree with that because that's
yeah.
guilting people. That's different.
Yeah, oh, no, that's scaring people.
Yeah, but it's also guilting them. Like if you don't do this, like that's why I
Yeah.
don't like organized religion. So, but a natural fear of like I don't want to go to hell, right? It's your own natural fear. So that's what encourages you to find your path and your journey, right? Because you can't believe in the good and not bad. You can't believe in heaven and not hell. Like there's a.
Right.
We all know that there's something. No matter what you believe, there is something greater than all of us out there. So, excuse me. Not that this whole conversation is supposed to be about religion.
Yeah.
However,
It's mentor.
It's mentor. But there are ways that you can find mentors depending on your journey. If it's the studying of religion, if it's the studying of the church, those type of things, yeah, you can have a mentor in that way. But even a prayer mentor, but a pure relationship, that gotta be you. Next.
Okay. Now, mentors. I feel the need to say this. Some titles, I think people need to be reminded, or I feel like you are a mentor just by having a certain title. Okay, this is what I mean. You're a coach, like me.
So you step into it.
That means mentor.
Yes.
That's coach/mentor.
Yeah.
You're a teacher. You're a teacher /coach/mentor. That's what you are.
Yeah.
Right? You're a mentor. You're not, to me, I expect Quest teachers to do more than provide information, but also be able to mentor him on how to utilize the information to gain more information. You're a mentor. I think sometimes we lose sight of the responsibility and we have lost our way in a way with our responsibility. You know what I mean? To the youth, kids, and seeing the job through. You know what I mean? I'm oftentimes reminded of it because I deal with kids. I'm mentoring just by leading by example. I gotta lead by example. If I want you to be on time, I gotta show up early. You know what I mean? There's things that I have to do. I need to really care if it's working for you. All right. I want to see that you're using what I'm giving you, that you truly understand it and that it's useful for you. I could easily walk in there and be like, hey, pass the ball like this, shoot the ball like that, don't do this, don't do that, go. Sit on the sideline and be like, okay, well, you lost because you didn't do it. No explanation, no nothing. But that's real surface, and what are they gaining, and why, if that's what I'm gonna do, why am I doing it? You get what I mean?
But you know that everybody doesn't think like you.
Well, they should.
Because you said something very important when you said, you think a lot of people have lost their way, like forgotten about the children, right?
Yeah.
But a coach and a mentor, while it should go hand in hand, some coaches feel like that ain't their job. You are special because you've decided that you want to teach children life skills through basketball, which is a mentorship right, that you have created while coaching. There are teachers who, because you have had a history of coaches who were not mentors to you. Was Coach Harder a mentor to you?
No.
You see what I'm saying?
No, he was not.
And teachers you've had that were not mentors to you. They literally like, this is my job to teach you this curriculum. I'm not going to do anything outside of this. So it's unfortunate that people will sign up without the children's best interests at hand because they're only signing up to do the job of being a coach or a teacher. In a perfect world, it would be great if everyone thought like you.
If everybody thought, yeah, you're right. You're right. I just, you know what? I don't know if you were trying to piss me off, but you know what? No, he wasn't no mentor to me.
Wait,
Now I'm hot right now, because you know what?
That was not what I was trying to do.
No. You know,
but yeah.
You know what? All jokes aside, there were some, when you said I had a lot, he was probably the most not significant, I don't use that word. He had the most influence, unfortunately, because he was a high school as it pertains to basketball. But the lessons and the mentoring came from my first coach, Tank. You understand?
Yeah.
Tank was what I am
Yeah.
for my kids.
Yeah.
Even I can name all the people who pulled me aside and got my temper right. Hey, hey boy.
You can't go out in the world
You
that
can't
way.
go out in the world this way. I don't care about you losing this game. You got to
Yeah.
fix your attitude.
Yeah.
Boy, give me your best effort. Like so the majority of those people who came through Rec League and dealt with me in that way, even Rico. Like I'm thinking about people like Rico, you know, who, you know, he was young when he came back.
Yeah.
And I was a little older. Those coaches, he put a winning spirit in me. You know, he a different kind of effort outside of the thing that kind of restricted me in high school. So no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I still, because of the majority of the people who had hands on me prior to getting to high school, were more of mentors and didn't try to develop my skill and, you know, all of that stuff. It was more so about the life skills.
Yes.
It was more so, you know, about those things. To those people, I would say, I get what you're saying, but.
And most time, mentors like that, they show up in your life.
Yeah.
And they don't tell you that they're your mentor.
Right.
You don't realize that they were mentoring you.
And you didn't need to ask them to be your mentor.
It's a natural thing.
It's a natural thing.
Yeah.
Hey, I just feel like if, you know what I mean, if you're dealing with kids is what I was getting at. If you are a kid and you're wondering if you need a mentor and you have any of these people in your life, going back to what we were talking about, the need for mentorship. If you're a kid, teenager, whatever, and you're thinking, you know, you keep hearing people say, get a mentor. If you have any of these coaches, and if you're making a selection on teams, and if you're making a selection on schools, teachers, anything that's that's in your pursuit of what it is that you want to do, my suggestion for you is find those people who are in those professions that do it in a mentorship type way.
Yeah.
Find someone who's trying to help you do what you want to do, but also trying to help you realize or navigate through life.
Yeah, so you're saying find somebody whose life looks like, you know, they have a life that looks like they're willing to share that.
Yes.
Okay.
That they're not so closed off, and it's just not, hey, this is a business transaction.
Right.
I'm gonna teach you how to do this crossover. I'm gonna show you how to throw this football, but we ain't talking after that.
Yeah.
You want somebody who can actually help you.
In
You know what I
life.
mean, in life, and that. You know, and I'm not saying that you got to be looking until you got to do you go, hey, let me see your resume. Let me, what your wife look like? I want to see.
Well,
you
also,
know,
I think that sometimes people don't know how to ask for someone to be their mentor, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I get asked all the time, and I always tell people, listen, I'm not in a position right now to mentor because I can't give my full undivided attention. I have so much happening, and I have children. But people who are in my direct circle, I'm available to them if they need me.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like, you know, asking, if you see someone, if you have a teacher or a principal or, you know, somebody in the community that you see as you're, you know, you're getting older or you're already of age, that's the other thing. We're not ever too old to get a mentor, right? And you see that they live a life that you admire and you would like help with certain things that they do that you've been trying to figure out how to do, it's okay to ask them and not be embarrassed by it. Say, hey, listen, I was wondering if you mind mentoring me? Have you ever considered mentoring? Because a lot of times, sometimes someone may not even know that they're being admired as a mentor. Like, I don't even know if Tank would even know that you looked at her as a mentor. Because some people just show up out of the kindness of their heart and pour into children, pour into people. People tell me all the time, girl, you my internet mentor, and you don't even know.
I got people who feel handy.
And you always say
man,
he your mentor.
I'm saying right now, I never met the man.
Yeah.
Hey, if he come up on my thing, I'm listening to everything he say.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go to him to ask him to be my mentor. This is why. He lives a completely different life than what I live and what I desire to live. He's sitting on the sideline with the Lakers, right? But I still look at him and say, he got something that I can use. You get what I mean? So he's my mentor indirectly. I look at him and I'm like, hey, and I'll read between the lines. If he's training what I love about him is that he'll train a NBA player and then I'll see him with a high schooler and then a little kid. And that's where I fit in. That's where I fit in. I'm like, man, this is great because I know he has their best interest in mind. Because he does not have, if he dealing with the NBA kid, with the NBA, he can make a decision. That's all he gonna do.
Yeah.
Right. But he's like, no, I got something for the kids too.
Yeah.
So I watch him, and he's my mentor, whether he know it or not. I look at him, and I'm like, hey, I'm taking that. I'm taking that.
But that's
I'm
also
using that.
finding a mentor, right?
Yeah.
So a mentor does not necessarily live the exact same life that you live. There's just a part of them that you desire to figure out how to do that same thing. So he actually could be a great mentor for you in a certain area.
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I have concluded. I'm just saying to the world that, look, this is what it looks like. It does not have to look like you got to go and try to imitate.
Yeah, you ain't got to have the same
That's
life.
not, and why it's important that you know what your definition of a mentor is.
Yeah.
I want to say this one last thing. It crossed my mind as it pertains to coaching. Parents, if you are looking for, it's important that you understand when you go to different programs for different sports, what you're looking for out of the program. As far as I'm concerned, anything under the age of 16, definitely 14 and under, is more important to me. It's just my opinion that the program is more on mentorship than it is of skill, winning. Let me put an emphasis on that.
Winning.
And last but not least, reliving your dream.
Please don't do that.
I feel like, it's more important. Those are the crucial years, critical years in the kids' eyes from 14 and under, that it's more important that they learn life skills, work ethic, accountability, how to lose under good mentorship, under people who can be transparent and show vulnerability and say, hey, man, I don't know. I was wrong. Coach was wrong. Coach is sorry. And this is how you get past that. Coach loves you. And a lot of people would probably disagree with me and be like, nah, man, I ain't going through all that. That's being parents. I disagree. That's called being a coach for the youth. If you take on that responsibility with dealing with the youth, you got to understand the most important thing is that they are youth first. So as they get older, right? I'm not saying they coming in, and I want to make this point clear. I'm not a kid. Every kid deserves a trophy type coach. I'm one of those that if it means losing so that a very valuable life lesson is learned, I'm going to choose losing every time. Every time. Absolutely every time.
It's hard to teach the lesson after the win.
Hard to teach it, right?
Yeah.
And I really pay attention to where we are as a world, and I know that the kids are our future. That I really believe that, and I'm concerned about that. So that's very, very important and dear to my heart. But if you're looking for a program, please pay attention to it. Look at the programs and really go in and take a strong look at the programs before you choose them. Don't choose them on winning records. Be mindful of if it's you or the kid. What is making the kid happy? Is it you that can't stand losing? Is it you that want to win? Is it? And if any of those are yes, put that kid in a program where it's mentorship, right? That's the best thing. I'm gonna end on that.
You ended on that. You said one thing I want to touch on. You said the word wrong, and it just made me realize I want to remind people that sometimes your mentors can be wrong. Mm-hmm. They're still human. They're still man, woman. They still.
A good mentor should
admit when they're wrong.
Yeah, like, hey, man,
but when I'm talking about wrong, I mean they can also be wrong for you. Sometimes you could be in the journey with a mentor, and then you realize it's not working out, and it's all right. Mm-hmm. It's all right to say, you know what? It's not. There ain't no hard feelings. I think we two different. You know, we're on two different paths, and what I thought I could gain from you, I really can't. And also, sometimes, especially with business, because a lot of times we ask for business mentors. You may have this great idea, and your mentor has done things a traditional way and have been very successful, and have helped others do it the exact same formula and been very successful. But your idea is different, and they try to convince you to do it their way that they have proven works, but your idea is new. That doesn't make your idea wrong because theirs is different and traditionally has been proven to work. It just means that maybe they aren't the mentor for you, right? Especially if they try to discourage you from doing it your way. You may become the mentor that somebody else needs one day because you walk away from that and you follow your instinct and your idea. So don't give up on your idea just because your mentor may be the wrong fit for you. Maybe find you another mentor or find your own way. It might be a little harder, but sometimes, listen, that's the only way history is made, when you do something that's never been done. And I just wanted to say that.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, baby, will you be my mentor?
Yeah, but I'm going to mentor you to do something.
That's the kind of mentor I want. I want a loving mentor. Teach me how to love a little different.
Man, you need to stop all that. You know, she be trying to act like she nasty. She ain't nasty. As soon as she hit that couch, sleep.
I ain't nasty.
Man, go ahead, man.
I'm glad you said that. Because he been saying I was nasty.
She ain't doing that.
I ain't nasty.
Capping.
I'm
as
not.
The kids say. Ain't
Hey, listen,
capping.
I ain't nasty.
Stop the cap.
I'm very clean.
Mm-hmm. Close us out, babe.
I'm going to show you in a little bit. Before 9 o'clock.
Hey, look,
listen,
like this. Look, JR,
y'all ever be talking good? And y'all be talking
talking tough all night, all day.
We get on that couch, I be like I be rubbing his leg, and I be like, wait a minute, babe.
I gotta get up in the morning.
Hold on, babe.
I gotta get up.
Babe, give me 5 minutes. I'm gonna get right with you, babe.
Babe, where you going?
Hey, we be talking tough at 3:30. But we got about 6 more hours before the night fall. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I be like, I'm gonna give it you tomorrow,
I'm
baby.
giving you tomorrow.
Tired. Hey, it ain't Friday. It's Fridays. All right, we gone. Listen, we love y'all. Anything else you want to say?
Nah, baby.
Did it break?
Nah, it didn't break.
Thought my case broke.
No.
You ain't want to say nothing else?
No, man.
All right, well, that's it. Well, until the next time, honey, y'all go on about y'all business. Have the most amazing day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's, all right? We love y'all. God bless y'all. Peace.
Thank you for watching this episode.
And you can watch more conversations like this by clicking here.
And if you haven't already, please remember to subscribe to the channel.
And you'll be the first one to know when we got new episodes. Very good.